Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Board Game Breakfast. I'm Tom Vessel.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
I am Stephen Bonacor, the podfather of gaming. Hey.
Yes, so today, folks, we have a contest. Uh, we often have contests, I suppose. And today's contest is for a game that's on Kickstarter right now, which is called Primal: The Awakening. And in this game, you are cooperatively hunting for monsters. I always wondered about that. Like, what would make someone become a monster hunter? I would probably pass on that.
Boredom, maybe hunger.
If you and Bonniger came to me and said, we got these amazing weapons, we're going out and hunt monsters, I'd be like, all right, cool. I will. My thoughts and prayers are with you all.
If you lived in a world of monsters,
I would still be the guy. I would say, I'm cooking for you all while you go out and fight the monsters.
All right, we bring you in the party. You cook, but sometimes the cook's got to pick up the skillet and swing it.
The cook stays inside a fort with walls. Anyhow, folks,
I like where this is going.
Z, we're going out. We're going on a raiding party here.
Let's go.
Anyhow, check out this there's huge miniatures, all kinds of cool stuff in this. You're like, basically, it's a deck crafting, fighting boss monsters. And we got 2 copies of this that's going worldwide. Anyone can enter this. All you have to do is email us at contest@dicetower.com. And in the subject line, put the word Primal, Primal. And in the body, put your address and answer the question. What is the name of the monster in the game that resembles a 9-tailed wolf? So a wolf with 9 tails. That sounds like a whip, right? A 9-tail whip. Anyhow.
It's a wolf with 9 tails.
So you're going to go fight these giant creatures in this game, harvest their body parts to create gears and weapons. Nice. You can play it as a campaign, or you can do a one-shot scenario when you're playing this. This is a very popular Kickstarter. Lots of people are talking about it, and we'll have a link to the Kickstarter in the description of this video.
You just gave another reason why you'd go out on these parties. You want to harvest body parts.
Great idea. That's fine. In the game, I'm right there with you. I'm just saying, in real life, I'm cooking at the camp.
Wimp.
I will cook the body parts, and that's fine. I'm okay being a wimp.
So weird. All right.
I don't know how we went down this rabbit trail. Actually, I do. I actually started it. It's my fault. But anywho, let's get to contributors, and we'll be back with the news.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms fit together. Today we're looking at Full Count Baseball. This is a game based on the IP of Major League Baseball. Let's take a look at it really quick. I'll come back and tell you if they fit together or not. So what's going to happen is each batter is going to come up with a 3-2 count, so something's going to happen. So the pitcher and the batter, they will pick cards at the same time. The pitcher can see he's throwing a slider, and a rookie is up. So he will fly out. And if you look over here, the rookie, if it's a slider, it's a fly out. So they're going to match up exactly as they should be. So that means that you do this over here for 1 out, and now there's 1 out because he flew out. The batter will then discard his card. That's why there's a discard here, and the pitcher will get the card back in his hand. He can throw another slider if he so chooses. Now, once this deck is done, you'll get your cards back, and that will be fine, and the pitchers can keep pitching over and over again. And you'll continue doing this through the whole game. So, top of first, bottom, top, until you have a winner or a loser. So the IP fits together for sort of the baseball game. So you're going to go through each inning, play through a full game, and keep the score. And mostly what you're going to be doing here is a 3-2 count each time, and you're going to play these cards down, and it will give you the result of it. It's a hit or it's an out or whatever. It's going to play for littler gamers, people, boys and girls who are into baseball and love the sport and want to play more of an abstract game. There's no players in it, although all of the teams are represented here as you're going through and keeping score and going through getting your hits and stuff. And as you become more familiar with the cards, it's almost like you are playing this mind game. Okay, the batter has used these cards. Which ones are left? These are the possibilities. I'm going to throw this pitch, and you can see the chart right there on your card. Very easy to play. I play this all the time with he's now 8. We started playing this around 6 years old, I believe, and he absolutely loves the game. Whenever we get done, he wants to play 2 or 3 games or go through a whole World Series and play best out of 7, which can get a little long if you want to do that. Otherwise, I feel the game is a really good... Doesn't take, like a lot of these baseball games do take the dexterity for kids, but there's actual game going on with hand management. Very simple, kind of luck involved, but it works for this IP. Very fun baseball game, and probably the one I recommend the most for children.
Turtling is a defensive maneuver in games, usually with high conflict or high combat in the game, in which you are building up your defenses. You are taking time, not attacking the other players, and you're just going to sit back, build up your defenses, and make them come to you. You're wanting them to make the first attack on you, so that you can kind of take that time to, build up your reinforcements, increase your defense levels, increase these different things that's going to make, whenever you are attacked, you're going to be able to come at them with more strength. You think about in Risk, when a player is in Australia and they're just building up all of their infantry and all their cannons and all those pieces, and there's only one point of entry, and then we're waiting for somebody to come in, and then they can just kind of explode onto the scene. When they're kind of in that Australia phase, that would be turtling. Min-maxing in a game is when a player is, during their turn, they are taking a lot of time to go through all of the different scenarios that will get them a various number of points or various number of things that you're trying to do in the game, right? So you're trying to see which one is going to get you the maximum number of points, or maybe which one is going to be the most advantageous for them at that time. It can bog down the game if you're you're a little too heady with it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but some games toward the end of the game, the more you're kind of min-maxing depending on where you're jockeying for points at the end and seeing, well, if they're going to score 4 points there, what can I do to get those extra 5 points over here, and what actions, what in the perfect order is going to get me there. So that would be min-maxing. That's it.
Hey there everyone, Happy New Year. It's Jen, the board game librarian, flipping some pages and pushing some cubes with my segment from the page to the table, where I pair a book and a board game together that share a common theme. This is my 3rd year of being on the Dice Tower, so thank you for following me all of these years. This week's book is, and it's The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. So one of our main characters here in the 2008 stock market crash has a Ponzi scheme. He's basically Bernie Madoff without him being Bernie Madoff. So we have a lot of scenes that take place on the stock market, and with money exchanging and some of the things that are going on underneath. It's a really complex and layered book, and that's just one aspect of it. So a surprise for us last year was Exchange. I had been sent this from Bicycle Games, and it was a really great surprise. 36 players, 35 minutes, and it's an introductory stock game. I talked last week about Wonder Woman being great for non-gamers. I would say Exchange is also the same thing, where stock games can be really hard to explain to people who don't play a lot of games sometimes or don't understand the stock market, but Exchange boils it down to a really great introductory level. We don't have a lot of 3-player games in our collection because it's usually just Matt and I, but Exchange is one that we're going to keep because, again, it's so easy to pick up and pull out and explain to someone who has never played a game like this before. So that is all for this week. Happy breakfast, everyone.
All right, lots of news, so we'll get jumping into it. Don't forget, in the news, this is the second last time we'll mention this. Our Dice Tower Kickstarter is running. We have 9 days left. We are really close to reaching our next stretch goal, where we will do a new show where we'll be highlighting different publishers and the best games from those publishers over the course of the year. Our $330,000 stretch goal is going to involve Mr. Bonacker just doing an hour-long apology video to everyone.
I would do that if you'd like. I don't know who I'm going to apologize to other than you, since I'm nice to every other human being, but that's fine. I would do that. I would apologize to you for an hour.
I have documented evidence, and
put me on a stretch goal. People want that.
All right, let's jump into the news. So Plan B Games has announced their follow-up to the Century series. Except it's not a new game. It's a reprint of an older game. It's called Equinox, but it's actually a reprint of an older game called Colossal Arena, which was a reprint of a game called Titan the Arena, the card game.
And
this is a game from
Reiner Knizia, a retheme of a game.
Reiner Knizia. Yes. Reiner Knizia, this is actually one of my favorite games from him. It's a great 3-player game. You basically have a bunch of people in an arena fighting, and you're betting on which one will win, and then you play cards to make the ones that you didn't bet on lose. It's a pretty simple game. Here, they say that there's 14 unique characters, only 8 are played in the game. That's pretty much the same way Colossal Arena was, if I'm remembering correctly.
There's 2 more in this.
2 more?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to make a point that this is like so many of Reiner's games that they come back in rethemes. We talked about it last week.
Yes.
Colossal Arena is a fantastic game, a fantastic betting game, and card play. So, and okay, they changed up the creatures.
So there's a couple.
This is no longer a fighting game. We should be clear about that. Also, this is a retheme, not simply in the title and the creatures having changed. This is a reworking of what the game is about. This is not a fighting game. You are not in an arena. There's no violent theme here at all. These are different creatures. I'll say this as sort of most thematically as I can. It's about creatures trying to make their way into the history of humans and not be forgotten. I tried. I failed.
Okay, but it's the same game.
It's the same game. They can.
It is the same game. It just doesn't really make any sense anymore, I think.
Yeah. So
they were fighting, and you were betting on them, and they were like knocking each other out. Here, you're betting on the hope that you can remember creatures, or betting on creatures' resilience to sticking to the page. I don't know, but it's a different theme. Okay, it's not a fighting game.
Maybe they're fighting in my game. What does it matter, right?
They're fighting for me. I noticed the price is very high. They're adding something in there because it was only like a $20 game back in the day. It's $60 now.
Well, they say it's $60 with the playmat,
yeah.
But I don't know what it's like without
playmat.
Now, the interesting thing to me is they have these 2 variant covers here, and I think they're very pretty.
Yeah,
sure.
But there's 2 different covers, and then they say the Golem version of it's coming later this year. Now, that's where I'm a little confused because they made Century, Spice Road, and then they made a Golem edition, so you can have real world or the fantasy Golem world with the fun golems. Now you can have a fantasy world or another fantasy world with golems.
I agree. I think the one that they should be teasing for the future should be like a real world setting where they're switching fantasy creatures with like a lawyer, a doctor, a guy who picks up the trash, and like you try to fight for them to be memorable. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
Throw the lawyer and the accountant into a ring, and let's bet to see if they both die. That's what we want there.
All right, I'm pulling the reins here, but what I'm saying is I don't understand why this just wasn't the Golem edition.
Because they get to sell it again in a year? What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little odd to me. But either way, I love the artwork. Which of those 2 covers do you like better?
I like the green guy better.
Yes, that's what I said.
The stag kind of thing.
The stag looks like it came from Princess Mononoke,
which I like.
Mononoke.
I like anime, so that's cool. Anyway, I apologize.
They're both cool.
Apologize to all lawyers and accountants out there for hoping that they will, anyway.
All right, fine. Let's jump
move on here.
It's been on one story. Okay, so Thunderworks has announced their 2021 lineup here, and so they have a new standalone map drawing game, Cartographer's Heroes. So this is the same game. I think they're I think it's very similar, but just with different things. There's persistent monsters and heroes and things like that. And then they also announced more map packs. I think that can be used with either one. So Nebulous, I can't pronounce the third one. It's Afro, but that's a difficult font to pronounce. And then Undercity. That runic font there, that A that's a letter.
That is a very odd
something,
font.
yeah. Those are
Beautiful
cool,
art,
cool
beautiful,
covers,
beautiful artwork. But I never played Cartographer, so I can't really comment further than that.
And very soon, hopefully, we're going to see Role Player Adventures. That was kickstarted last year. It's supposed to be released later this year. Looking forward to that. Although it is interesting because Role Player was like, we're going to take Dungeons and Dragons and do the character creation part of it and make it a game. Which, okay, cool. And then they're like, and we're going to take that character creation and make a universe out of it. So I'm interested to see how this will be different than just Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. It came back around full circle. Yeah.
Can you take your characters created in Role Player and bring them into Role Player Adventures?
Yes.
Cool. Well, I'm the biggest fan of D&D, so good. Like it.
Well, this is not a role-playing game. I think it's actually like a board game type version of it. But yeah, I'm excited about it too. I just thought it was interesting that it kind of circled around.
It'll be like a mini dungeon crawler. It'll be like, just run in and hack and slash things. Cool.
Right.
Let's check it out.
All right, then Thunderworks also announced theme parks. This is from Nate Linhart, and it doesn't say here in the description who did the art, but I knew instantly when I saw it that's Vincent Dutray.
Of course it is. Look at that.
You
can tell right away. The theme park game. I love it. That's very thematic. Get it? Theme.
You know what though?
I'm over it.
This is one of those themes that they could make another 30 games about, and I'll play them all because I love theme parks as a theme.
No.
There's not enough games out there. There's like 5. No.
They
There's
keep
like 5.
coming out. Okay. Enough.
You play 2. That's not a ton. You played 2 in the last 6 months. Come on now, it's not a ton.
Let me. Oh gosh, actually agree with Tom. How many theme parks are there out there? Lots. Why can't we have lots of games based on theme parks? So get over yourself, Z. It's fun. Good.
Okay.
Good.
I'll stop. I'll be good.
Z, I'm back on your side now because I can't agree with Bonacor.
No,
It's how it's gonna
can't
rock,
agree with
paper, scissors, indeed.
All right. And then Cape May. Really like the cover of this one, too.
Another Lighthouse game? Are you kidding?
Another game about New Jersey. We need more games about New Jersey. So New Jersey represents.
A really pretty cover, though.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, I don't know much about. I mean, it talks about you're building cottages, developing them in Victorian homes, upgrading them into the landmarks. Sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what the board and the game looks like. But good start there with the cover.
Cape May is one of the nicest places to visit in New Jersey, and don't make any jokes. Yeah, it's not saying much.
Sorry, I did make the joke. I made it.
Cape May is a beautiful city. It's the most southern point in New Jersey, and so they're recreating some of that Victorian style because that's what it is, and the lighthouse there. So I'm obviously looking forward to seeing what they've done with it, being from New Jersey originally.
Cool. I like that Thunderworks is branching out from their their dungeon crawly, what's it called, role player stuff. I like I know. I feels to me like there's a lot of theme parks, but whatever. That cover is gorgeous, and it's something different. And then this one, Cape May looks gorgeous. It's something different from them. I'm excited.
Is this Thunderworks?
Oh. Yeah, this is still them. Yeah.
Did say that in the description down here. Okay, cool.
All righty. Now I had said that I think we would not see too many more legacy games this year, but already they've announced one, and that's Sagrada Legacy. They haven't told us anything about it, Floodgate Games, just that, Sagrada Legacy. So I don't even know what to think about it because,
Sagrada is a great game. Legacy stuff is great. I will be interested to see what they do with this game to make it into a legacy game, because that is, you're going to be changing the dice you can use, I guess.
Well, they made Machikoro into a legacy game, and I didn't think
Right.
that would work, and it worked really nicely.
Yeah.
It was a lighter legacy game. You play 10 games of it. When you're done, you have your own little custom version of Machikoro. So if this is that same kind of thing, then I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what's going to be an evolving element of the game here. Is it the dice, or are the dice always the same? Is it different window patterns? What is it? I'm curious to see what the legacy part of the game
Maybe
is.
they'll give you stickers and you'll build your own. As the game progresses, you have this beautiful stained glass window you can put on the fridge at the end. That's actually not a joke. I mean, I could see something like that happening.
Instead of the kids' art that you put there, you take it and you put your own. For people who don't have kids, then they can put this on their
not
refrigerator.
everyone
I
has
like this
kids.
idea.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to stupid news now. Bo Willimon is adapting Hasbro's board game Risk as a TV series. As in, what?
Well,
Risk doesn't even have a theme. It's just about war. It's like saying I'm going to make a game about, based on the game of life.
and there's only one thing to do. Everyone's going to go to Australia until the end of the game, and that's how you're going to. And the TV series is about turtling in Australia, which is not a bad idea. It's a really lovely country down there.
That would be pretty funny though. Like with a group of guys in Australia, like we'll just wait for our time.
That's it. And that's all. They keep cutting back to them, like, wait for it, wait for it.
So what is this? A TV show about the board game, or is it like a dramatized TV show based on?
Okay, so if we look at games they've made in the past in the movies, they made a movie on Clue. That was good, but Clue has like a theme. It's a whodunit, who killed Mr. Body.
Right.
They made a movie on Battleship, which, as we all know, was one of the classic movies of all time.
And and it's very close to Battleship, the board game.
Well, the one thing it did is when the aliens shot at the battleships, they looked like giant pegs. That was the one thing they did, right?
I guess.
Yeah, that was a rough movie.
Didn't see it for good reason. I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I 100%. I love this kind of news. Anytime, anything regarding our industry, even tangentially, Risk, obviously mass market, anytime it gets into more in the public domain and more into the public side is a good thing.
Yeah.
What they're going to be doing, like you just said, it's about a world war, a truly global war. So where war is taking place everywhere. So how could they make, is that what, it's very depressing if that's what it is. We've never seen a war quite that bad before. Wow.
Oh, so, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Who knows?
Yeah, this is it's a guessing game right now, but I'm happy about it.
I hope they do it kind of like they did Battleship. I mean, I hope that it is mounted troops racing down different planes, and they all look up and go, "What's that?" And it's a giant guy.
All right.
It's an alien attack.
Today's Rabbit Trail board game breakfast. All right. Pegasus Spiel has announced some new releases. They're doing another Undo game. So despite me not being a big fan of this, it seems to have done well enough that people are buying this. I think this is like the 7th one in the series.
Right.
Then they have a series of games called Deadly Dinner. It's a cooperative storytelling game. It's a murder mystery game. I'm sorry. So I don't know if that's like an escape room style game.
Well, is it like, the standard murder mysteries that we've, I forgot who put them out. I actually have about 8 of them in my collection.
Have you ever done one of those? The dinner murder mysteries?
Love them.
I've never done one. They're really huge in China right now. So maybe this is branching out. I don't know.
I don't know if I can even play the ones I have because they have cassette tapes in them. You got to play the cassette tape for the theme. Yeah, I don't even have a CD player here anymore, right?
I don't have to call you on this show. It just happens. Awesome. All right. Now the next one I'm actually really excited about: Spy Connection, a family game where players fulfill missions by creating their own spy works, but it's because of the designers, Brett Gilbert and Matthew Dunstan, and I think they're a great design team.
Yeah.
Is that the last one on that? That's not the Rose one, is it? No,
that's another one of the dinner ones.
Because I'm looking
that one's not pictured. The Spy Connection is not pictured.
Yeah. The Spy Connection is not pictured. The Doodle Dungeon is. This is a Ulrich Blum. It looks like a roll and write. No, it's you create your own dungeon and then heroes go through them. The artwork, John Kovalik, who did all the artwork for Munchkin and Dork Tower.
Right. So this is a series. This is not truly a series of games. It's just their games that are coming out. I like what I'm hearing.
Q1.
Yeah, I like what I'm hearing about these games. That I will say, and I love Matthew Dunstan and Brett Gilbert, good guys and smart designers.
You know them?
I do.
All right, Hadrian's Wall is also coming out soon from Garfield Games. We talked about this a little bit in the past. Mike actually got an early copy of this and looked at it. He likes it a lot. A flip and write game.
Love it.
Oh, is that what this is? I thought this was like a big game. I don't know why I thought this was like one of those, like West Kingdom type games.
No, it's not. Now, I will say that it looks fairly involved for one of these games. Like it's a more in-depth one. But Mike has said it's really, really good. So looking forward to trying it out.
Yeah, I mean, I love the mechanic. I think this art. I said the same thing, that this artwork makes me look like one of those video games that you see like advertised constantly as you're on Facebook. That play this is the most addictive game. It's got that kind of style of art. I like it.
I got to say, we are living in an era of good box covers, I think. The next one, I like how that looks. It's called Living Forest. It's a game from a new designer, Aski Christensen from Ludonaut Games. 2 to 4 player, but it's not coming. This one's not coming out till October. But you are a spirit trying to save the forest from the flames of Onibi. I don't know who Onibi is.
Another forest game?
I'm done with these forests. I don't want trees. I'm out of here. I don't like trees.
Anyway, it looks interesting.
Where are the games about like demonic beetles or something?
Hang on. We're leaving the forest.
It's coming?
Wait,
it's coming up?
The forest, and we're going to the meadow. So the next game is called Meadow. It's from Rebel Studio. This one here has 200 unique cards, all with different illustrations on them, which I think is really cool.
That's cool.
And you're just collecting cards. It looks like you're placing tokens on boards to get these different cards, and I guess cards will score you points in different ways.
And it has like a walrus or something on the cover, right? What is that? Some sort of
goat?
It also sounds like it's a bit of a campaign game because there's envelopes with additional cards to open.
Where do you see a goat, Z? It's like a marmot or something like that. One of those.
Yeah, that's like some sort of cat. I don't know, some creature. It's like a fox, like a.
It's a goat.
Kind of, like a ferret.
Got it. All right. The next game.
Tom, did you miss a game in this list? Because I have a slide here, two back. Did you miss that one?
I cut one out probably because we already talked about it, I think.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. We're talking about it in Kickstarter. That's why.
Got it.
All righty. Next one is Space Dragons. This is a trick-taking game coming from Edition Spielweiss and Pegasus Spiel, obviously doing it too. 3 to 5 player game, and you are drafting cards and then trick-taking. So that's interesting. I don't know that I've ever played a game where you draft and do trick-taking.
That is an interesting combination of things, for sure.
I know I've played at least one where you draft the cards then play tricks with them, but I don't remember which ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the concept sounds good. It also sounds like you could have a lot of information, right? But you don't know who has what card. You just know that you've passed them along.
Yeah, I guess. It's neat. I wish it had like a nature theme or something. This is so silly. Space Dragons, I mean.
I can't tell if you're serious right now.
No, he's not serious.
Just always assume I'm never serious. That's the safest bet.
Not serious.
It's a cool cover. I will say it's a cool looking cover.
I'll go. Yeah.
A couple of sales have occurred. DV Giochi is buying Genos Games, and Asmodee is they bought Philibert. All right, so let's talk about the DV Giochi. They bought Genos Games, so they're bringing their games into the fold. I'm having a little bit difficult trying to figure out what games Genos did, because when I went online and looked at it, they reprint so many games from other companies. It's hard to tell what is theirs original. You know what I mean? Like they'll print this game from Asmodee and they print this game, so I'm not sure.
This is just another one of this. I gave you this news article to put in here because I think this is another one of those signs of the industry consolidation that will go on and continue to go on. Strong company by usually two strong companies get together. In this case, Genos, I don't know that they had a lot, as you're kind of saying. DV Giochi's got Bang, which is a huge selling game. Bang, Bang the Dice game, all that kind of stuff. So I was very happy and interested to see this, and we'll see where it goes and how their lines integrate. And then,
alrighty,
on the
next
Philibert
one then is Asmodee buying Philibert. That's a French online retailer.
Right.
It's not a huge sale here, right? They have 3 stores with 78 people, $60 million revenue, but it's not nothing either.
Yeah, this one is Asmodee getting into the retail sector. They're there in small ways. This is just another one getting their foot into that final, that's the final part of vertical integration when you go from concept all the way through production of the games, all the way through distribution, all the way to the retailer now. The next thing they do is buy gamers. They are getting to the final portion of integrating everything together. It's a very interesting move on their part. And Philibert is a very large retailer. I mean, from a perspective of they've got several game stores in France and they have an online presence as well. So it's not like your mom and pop shop on the corner. Mm-hmm. Neither is it like a huge company, but it's a decent sized French company. We used to sell to them in Essen. They would always, come and say, what can we buy direct from you in Essen? So good guys.
So you know them too.
All right. Well, the next news is actually Bonnegar. We had the other Bonnegar was acted like he gave us that last news, but we already had put it in the thing. But the next news is from Mr. Bonnegar. What do you got here from Come On?
Oh, so in my investigative capacity, I went to check on. I do this because it's a theme song. I've been following the ongoing CMON. Were halted in trading, and they had to meet certain requirements before the exchange, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, would now relist them or start their trading. So as of December 31st, in their annual report, they put out there and they said, we have done all these things that we've submitted back to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Now it's pending Hong Kong Stock Exchange to say, okay, we're going to resume trading. To me, I love this stuff. It's one of the few companies directly in the industry that you can actually buy into. I am not giving anybody stock advice, but it is a very interesting thing to look at. And if you want to own part of a major publisher, you could do that once they start trading again. I follow this very closely, and I'm excited to see this.
In other news, with Kamana, I noticed that I saw on the internet at least a couple people have gotten Marvel United Z, so it is starting to ship.
You mean the full everything that was after the first wave?
The everything.
I'll just pick it up at Walmart or something. It's cool. It's not cool.
All right, and finally, GameFound. So we've been talking a lot about GameFound. We're all watching it very interested. At least I'm very intrigued with this to see where it went. They did their first thing, ISS Vanguard. It almost made $5 million. Looking at the other projects that they've run on Kickstarter, that's pretty much par for the course. That's a good start, but we'll have to wait and see. Lucky Duck has announced that they're going to be running their sequel to Kingdom Rush on it, which is kind of a safe bet because Kingdom Rush did really well. And I know that Lucky Duck has a close relationship with Awakened Realms. Mm-hmm. So that's a good, strong second project. I'll be interested to see when someone launches a project that's completely new and not from Awakened Realms. But we'll see. That's great. Again, I'm still rooting for GameFound here.
Yeah. Competition in the in this crowd surfing market is not going to be bad. So absolutely.
It's very, very strong start for GameFound. I wish them the best. Kickstarter needs a competitor out there, so I'm looking closely. Ignacy actually predicted on our annual predictions episode that there would be 6 Kickstarters this year that go over $1 million on GameFound. So
not Kickstarters then. We got to
Take
break that
crowdfunding.
Kleenex.
Sorry.
We have to
Yes.
break that Kleenex mentality, man. They're
Kleenex.
not Kickstarters.
What is this called? This is a
fight that.
Kleenex.
No,
Kleenex.
actually, that is Sam's Club nose wipe.
Does anyone
Costco
call them
butchering.
Kleenexes anymore? I don't.
Yeah,
I think
Kleenex. It's a Kleenex.
I say tissue.
Nobody
right,
says that.
let's move
Nobody
on.
says that.
Let's jump. We'll be back with the game show. That's what we got for the news.
Let's go.
There is nothing more relaxing than laying down and looking at the clouds. That's why today on Grant's Game Rex, I want to recommend the fun party game, Cloud Control. We should probably get out of here, though. This is definitely trespassing. This game is like Pictionary, but with shapes. Shapenary. In Cloud Control, you have a bunch of shape cards, and you are trying to get people to guess suggestions. Like, for instance, if my suggestion was necklace, I might make a little person and then use a card like this and put it right here and be like, necklace, see, it's a necklace, it's around his neck, please guess necklace, please. This game is great for creative people, and you are gonna need to bring your creativity, all right? You try to bring some weak stuff in here, this game is swatting it back. Your suggestion is tadpole. You don't even know how to draw a tadpole. Now you gotta make it out of just shapes? Let's see that creativity. Think outside the box and bring it. I like that the cards come with both easy and hard suggestions, because you're gonna get a couple of the easy ones, feel pretty good about yourself, and then you're gonna try a hard one and fail miserably, all right? Yeah, you're gonna like put out a circle and then have like a stick coming off of it with some prongs on the end, and you're gonna be like going like this, and everybody's like, digging, gardening, shoveling, and you're like, no, not even close. I was eating apple pie.
Everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games. Hey, Happy New Year, Dice Tower. What's up? Board Game Breakfast. What's up?
We're so glad to be back in 2021.
Yes.
So this time we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk to you about 3 games we think your family should play in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are 3 of our favorite family games.
Yes, they are.
Which we love all our games.
We love all our games.
These are 3 we want you to play.
Yes.
The first one is Quacks of Quedlinburg by North Star Games, 2 to 4 players.
Yes, so we can blow up some pots and make some potions. We love that game. Because we be rooting on, people to blow up.
Press your luck.
Press your luck. Okay, the second one is the original Clank. Yes, by Direwolf and Renegade Games, 2 to 4 players. Because what's better than to sneak into a dungeon and try to get all the treasure and let everybody else get messed up by that dragon?
And while you're in there, you just might run across Mr. Whiskers.
Oh Lord, Mr. Whiskers! Oh Lord, now Mr. Whiskers is a gangster.
Now the last one is a new one to our collection.
Yes,
but we love it, and it is the Alpha by Games by Bicycle, 3 to 6 players. Fun game. Yeah. Don't sleep on Bicycle, y'all. They got some good games out there. All right, everybody, that's it for us. Hope you have a lot of fun. See you next time.
Love you.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's Deanna. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a game that's brand new, coming out soon. Today I want to give you an inside look at the game Pika Mouse. In Pika Mouse, the board game box turns into a tiny mouse house. To begin the game, you're going to drop the object tokens into the house and give the box a little shake. Then you use the included flashlight and get 30 seconds to look through the windows to see which rooms the objects are located in. Then use the board to answer questions as a group to see if you can remember where the items are located in the house. Then remove the roof of your house to see if your answers are correct. At the end of each round, you will advance your mouse token and your point tracker and reset for a new round. I really like how much thought and detail went into every aspect of this game, from the details that they included in the mouse's house, to the little characters, to the flashlight. Every piece in this game works together so well, and I also really appreciated how they laid out their box so that the game can be put away easily without having to take the whole mouse house apart every time you're done playing the game. I like that this game has different levels that you can play at. You can play at an easier level, or you can play the most advanced level. We've played at several different levels with all of my kids, and we've really had a fun time playing it together. Big thanks to Hachette Board Games for sending this game to our family. We've really enjoyed playing it. Be sure to follow Hachette Board Games on Facebook and Instagram if you want to find out when Pika Mouse will be available for purchase. But that's going to be it for today. I'll be back next time to share another fun game you can play with your kids. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of Board Game Breakfast.
And we're back. All righty. Okay, folks, we're gonna have a somewhat quicker game show here. Maybe not.
Bring it.
We'll see.
Bring it.
This is between Mr. Bonagor and Mr. Garcia.
That's me.
And same as we've done in the past. I ask you a poll. Look in the comments, folks. You'll be able to answer this poll. And Mr. Bonagor and Z are trying to guess the second or third most guessed thing.
Yeah.
So if you guess the first most thing, you give the people 1 point. If you guess the fourth, you give the people a point. If you guess the fifth, you give the people 2 points. And if you guess the sixth thing, you give the people 3 points. But if you guess the second thing, you get 4 points. And if you guess the third thing, you get 3 points. So I'm giving a nice spread here to the people.
Why is
but
the scoring
I feel
so
like
complicated?
You can use your knowledge.
Why is it so complicated, and why do you change it every time?
And also, who came up with this whole, if
um,
you pick the first answer, you actually give away points? Who came up with that whole thing? That is stupid.
I believe it was you.
I like to go back in time and you slap yourself. You're like, Tom, I have an idea. You're like, no. All right. So question one here is, what would you rather have for breakfast? So here are the possibilities.
Go.
Which of these would you rather have for breakfast? We have pancakes, waffles, French toast, an omelet, cereal, or nothing. So pancakes, waffles, French toast, omelet, cereal, or nothing.
Pancakes, waffles, French toast, omelet, cereal, nothing.
Now I'm super hungry. Thanks.
Yeah.
Now you can't pick the same
have-
answer. Well, you both need to pick your answer ahead of time. So
Okay, all right.
you know.
Pancakes, waffles, French toast, omelet, cereal, or nada.
Well, one of those is my go-to when we're out, at conventions.
You know, this is like
Probably nothing.
this is like.
No, I always eat for breakfast now.
Do you
Skipping
want
breakfast is
ice
a bad
cream?
thing.
Yes, sir. This is a hard one, man.
Ice cream. That was not one of the options.
I'm just saying,
Where's
it's like
pie?
you can't
Where's
like not
pie,
love these
Tom?
choices.
It is interesting how many people do skip breakfast, though. A lot of people do.
I do a
All
lot,
right.
unfortunately.
I always eat breakfast. Something very small, but I always eat. And I eat oatmeal these days. That's like, it's good. It's healthy. Oatmeal every day.
No, you're
Look at that
supposed to.
face.
No, I get it. Hey, I've been told by a doctor.
Okay, time's up.
that, but
Mr. Bonicle, you're first. What did you say? What do you think the people said, I guess?
Yeah, I'm going with omelet. Now it could be first, but I could be second. What'd you get?
Okay.
Omelet too? There you go.
Oh,
Double omelet.
Well, that's good. That's a good start for the people. All right, omelet was the number one answer
Come on.
with 36%. Number two, French toast,
Yeah,
then
what was my second
waffles, then pancakes, and cereal and nothing were tied for last.
Wow. So the people just got 8 points? What is it?
no, 2.
2? 2? Oh, that's not so bad. Okay.
Right, Tom?
Yeah, but you both have 0, so yes, it's 2 to 0 to 0. All right, let's
And
talk
we're
about your
working
favorite
together,
lunch.
right?
Oh,
We're working
Hey,
in a cooperative game, right? Make
All
the
right,
people
what's
win.
your favorite way to travel? All right, so I put on here
Omelet.
plane, walking, bus, train, car, or bike. What's your favorite way to travel? Plane, walking, bus, train, car, or bike? Now, I didn't put any kind of caveats like
Yeah.
why you're traveling, how
Bicycle.
far you're traveling. That's just literally the question. Bike is a bicycle, yes. Does no one call those bikes? I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, some people call a motorbike a
Motorcycle.
bike.
It's a
You're right.
bicycle. Fine. Oh my goodness. But
Favorite way to travel. So plane, walking, bus, train, car, and bike.
oh my goodness.
Okay.
Did you pick yet?
I'm ready.
I'm
All
ready.
right, so
Well,
Z first, what'd you say?
it's a train.
Train?
I
All
said
right.
very bad handwriting. Plane.
And then
Planes.
automobile would be after that. Then.
Car has got to be number one here. I hope.
Well, number 6 with no votes was bus.
Okay, yeah.
Nobody wants to travel by bus.
Ugh.
And then right behind that with 3% of the votes was bike. Then we have plane.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, no, walking. Walking was 7%. Sorry, plane is actually number 3, giving Mr. Bonacor 3 points.
So now it's up to me
And
whether
number 2,
what's left. Car and train, or what's left?
car and train.
Wow.
24% and 50%.
Oh, are
And
you
it
kidding me? Come on.
Nope. Car is number 1. Train is
Yeah.
number 2, so
Yeah.
it's 4 points.
Oh, it's
Traveling
Z.
by train is lovely. You know what I mean? Like a nice train, not like, crowded into a subway or something, but like traveling by train, there's a romantic quality to that to this day, I think.
Dude, if I was going on
really
the Orient
like train.
Express, yes, but if I'm going on like Amtrak, oh.
No, that's still nicer than driving there. I disagree with you, Bonacor. Plus, you have the chance to solve a murder.
On the train.
Talk about, it would probably be my murder. All right, let's talk about games. Which of these classic games would you rather play? I asked the people. We have Life, Monopoly, Sorry, Scrabble, Clue, and Risk. Which
please
of
talk
these
faster?
classic games would you rather play? Life, Monopoly, Sorry, Scrabble, Clue, Risk.
Life, Monopoly,
Which of
Sorry,
these classic
Scrabble,
games would you rather play? Life, Monopoly, Sorry, Scrabble, Clue, Risk.
Clue, and
Life,
Risk.
Monopoly,
Life, Monopoly, Sorry, Scrabble, Clue, Risk.
Go, go, go. All right.
Wow.
Okay, this is going to
So
be
if you
number
go to
1.
your typical store.
This is going to be number 2. Okay.
There's a 1-2 punch here. So do I play it safe? No, what is safe? Yeah, I guess that would be safe. I'll go. Oh, all right.
Cruise ship option,
I'm
Cameron.
ready.
That would have won your favorite way to travel. Cruise
ship would have won, man. I would have picked cruise ship. Definitely. See, he
Not a
knows.
way to travel. Come on.
That's the best way.
All right. Mr. Monaco, you're first. What'd you say?
I picked Risk.
Risk. So what do you think number 1 is then?
I think Scrabble is number 1 because it's the only game really
Whoa.
that's like. All right, no, come on. Let's I don't
What'd
talk
you
badly
say?
about games except they're mass market games. These are crappy.
Super jerk.
Oh,
Super
I'm a
jerk.
super jerk. Okay.
Guess
What did
whose
you
murder
say,
is happening
Z?
on the train now? I think Scrabble's going to be number 1 also, but I'm saying number 2 is going to be Clue.
Got it. All right. Well,
Clue
number
would be my
6,
number 1, actually. I really like Clue. All right.
6 was Sorry. And
Right.
being sorry, that's 3%. 5% Life.
Yeah.
6% Monopoly. So you guys are right about the top 3.
Right.
Number 3, Risk.
Okay, I'll
with
take 3 points.
22% of the votes.
Of course.
Number 2, with 24%, Scrabble.
What?
Putting Clue in the number 1 spot. You should have
Nice.
trusted your gut there, Z. If it's not your number 1, it's other people's also.
Yeah, but I'm bad at word games, and most people deem themselves good at word games. So I figured It would be Scrabble number 1. Really? Come on, crowd. Get out there and read.
All right, let's go to the scores. Right now, the people have 3. Z has 4.
Right.
And Mr. Bonacor has 6.
Oh, he does. He does. The
All right, let's
Bonacor
jump
lead.
into the cartoon world. Who would win in a no-holds-barred fight between these cartoon characters? We have SpongeBob, Pink Panther, Bugs Bunny, Popeye, Snoopy, and Goofy.
What?
All from different franchises, too. SpongeBob, the Pink Panther, Bugs Bunny, Popeye, Snoopy, and Goofy. Who would win in a no-holds-barred
Say
fight?
him again. Oh,
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
Pink Panther,
Panther.
Bugs Bunny, Popeye, Snoopy, and Goofy.
All right. I am sure this is number 2. I think. I'm absolutely certain this is number 2. I think. Is that a hedge of a bet or what?
All right.
All right, come on, Z. There's like 6 answers here. Pick one.
Nah. Okay, I got it. I'm good. I'm going with, I think number 1 is going to be Popeye, and I think number 2 is Pink Panther.
All right, Pink Panther.
I'm going with
got-
Bugs Bunny, who can outsmart everybody. The Bugs. And he'll.
That's your number 2.
Yeah.
That your stance number 2 then?
Yes, that is my
Correct.
answer. Final answer.
Number 6 with only 1 vote is Snoopy. Sorry, Peanuts fans.
I love Snoopy.
4% went to Goofy in 5th place, and 4th place was SpongeBob. All right, top 3. Number 3, by a mile actually, because the top 2 were close, is the Pink Panther. But hey, Z, some points is better than none.
Right.
Yes. But
Number
Bonacor gets
2
all the points.
is with 35% to 49%. Number 2 is Popeye. Bugs Bunny is the number 1 thing.
Get out of here! You people are crazy. Popeye, the muscles. Come on.
It doesn't matter. Have you ever seen Bugs Bunny ever lose anything?
He never.
I know
loses,
he
of
lost
course.
a few cartoons, I think. All right. So our current scores are the people have 4, Mr. Bonacor has 6, and Z has 7.
Oh, call it. Call it.
I thought it was
2
a lot.
more
We're out of
questions.
time.
I would have bet you 100
All
bucks
right.
right there.
Let's go to, we talked about classic games. Now we're going to go to modern classic games. So which of these modern classics would you rather play? These are all very, very popular games. We have Catan, Carcassonne, Ticket to Ride, Code Names, Pandemic, and Dominion. Catan, Carcassonne, Ticket to Ride, Code Names, Pandemic, and Dominion.
That's a good group of games.
Yes, these
Certainly.
are like 6 games that I would bet many people have all 6 in their collection.
Absolutely have all 6 of these games.
Z has 2 of them.
I have
Really?
1, 2, 3 of them.
Oh,
Wow, this is a really hard one. I mean, this is the hardest one of all because anything could be.
this is
Tough.
definitely closer in votes than the other ones have been. Yes.
Anything. It could literally be anything. All right. I'm just gonna second guess myself. I'm absolutely certain that I have no idea what the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 answers.
All right. Is it me first?
No, it's Mr. Bonacor first.
Oh, then I got to
It
write this
is-
down. Okay, hold on.
Oh, come on.
Whatever, go.
Code names.
Code Names. Hang on
Yeah.
1 second.
You suck.
I
Okay.
suck.
What about you, Z?
Code Names.
Oh, well, that's
I
bad
said,
for me.
I
Actually.
said Dominion 1, Code Names 2.
That's bad for
And
me.
actually, number 1 was Pandemic with 28%. Number 2 with 25%, Ticket to Ride. Number 3 with 19%, Dominion. Number 4 with 18%, Carcassonne. Number 5 with 7%, Catan. And number 6 with 4%, Code Names. You just gave the people 6 points, guys.
Wow. I like
It's,
making it tight. So I guess people basically are, I mean, they want to. I guess they want to play a real thinky, a real good game. I mean, code games.
People don't want to play a real game.
No, what I'm trying to say, I love code games because I play it so much. That's sort of what how I'm thinking. I haven't played any of these games within a year, but code names I must have played 10 times over this past year online and stuff like that. So, and it's a great game.
Right now, Mr. Bonacor has 6, Z has 7, and the people have 10. Wow. Anybody could win here.
If I gotta lose, I'll lose to the people, not Z.
Come on. Oh, what is that? What's up with that? Okay, do we have one more, Tom?
All right, final question. Which of these vegetables do you like the least of these 6 vegetables? We have peas, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, carrots, and spinach. Peas.
Okay, so peas, broccoli,
cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, carrots, and spinach. I like all 6 of these.
I will eat all of these any day and then go back for more. In fact, I'd like to have them all today. Now you've made
they all need to be made. They all need to be made properly. All these can be ruined by bad cooking, which is why I think many children don't like them.
True that.
Okay.
Which one do you like? We're going for which one do you like to eat
the least? Like the least.
Oh, which one do you like the least? Right.
Yes.
The least.
You want to find the one that people hate, essentially. Which one do people hate? So we have peas, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, carrots, and spinach. Z, you're going to be going first this time.
Okay, I'm going to say Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
I can't love Brussels sprouts more than I do. I love them so much, so I couldn't. I went with cauliflower because I think that the top one is going to be spinach. Spinach is like the hardest one to make well.
I agree on that. Actually, yeah. So the lowest one here is carrots. Most people, I guess, like carrots.
Yeah.
It's not a hard thing to like. I needed a 6th one to put on here, and I wasn't going to put kale.
Kale, absolutely.
Should have gone with beets. That's nasty.
3/4 of the people never tasted kale,
beets,
and when they do, it's terrible. Beets would be another good one.
Maybe turnips would have been fine too.
Beets is nasty stuff. I don't want my vegetables to bleed. You know what I mean?
The second last one, despite a former president saying they didn't like it, broccoli.
Broccoli's awesome.
I remember as a kid, that was like national news. The president doesn't like broccoli. I was like, who cares? He's allowed to not like something.
That was George Bush the first.
That was. I just thought it was funny that was like national news.
Because the broccoli farmers got crazy. They started dumping broccoli at the White House. It was like huge.
I would love to see national news like that today.
Yeah.
Those were the days. All right.
Days.
Number 4 is spinach. Sorry, Z. Spinach is number 4.
I'm fine. That's Bonacor.
That's right. Number 3 is cauliflower. Cauliflower.
No, right. So I did get 3 points.
Nope. Number 4 gives the people a point.
Oh, that was number 3, you said.
Number 3 is cauliflower.
I picked cauliflower.
Oh, I apologize.
I picked spinach. I thought spinach would be number 1. So I picked cauliflower. I got 3 points.
Gotcha.
Come on. So number 2.
Number 2 was 19%. Number 1 is 37%. And I'm just going to say that people, if you think it's the worst and you've never had it made correctly, number 2 is peas. Number 1, by a mile, Brussels sprouts. But if you've never had roasted Brussels sprouts, it is amazing.
Brussels sprouts are so versatile. I've had them in like healthy ways and unhealthy ways, but they're delicious. Eat Brussels sprouts. They're like every restaurant now has Brussels sprouts. It's like a huge thing for an appetizer.
Not McDonald's. It doesn't.
Not McDonald's. A real restaurant. A restaurant.
McDonald's had Brussels sprouts. I think I would pass. I'd be like, no, come on now.
Brussels sprouts might be.
What are these made out of? I know it's not Brussels sprouts.
I think final score. Z with 7, Mr. Bonacor with 9, and the people with 13.
I will accept. There was a point there. There was a point. You said this was going to be a short game, so I modified my plan of attack to be in the lead about halfway through. But then you kept on going, didn't you? You just kept on going.
All right.
Forget it. You know
let's
what?
jump
I'm
to
done.
And we'll be back.
Hi everybody, I'm Doug Jr. with a Fellowship of Meeples. Hey, today we're going to continue our discussion on old games that are new to me. This Christmas, I received an older game that's new to me. Today we're going to talk about Memoir 44. Memoir 44 is a World War II war game that was designed by Richard Borg and published by Days of Wonder. It's designed for 2 to 8 players, but in my opinion, it really plays better with 2. You'll be fighting your battles using a card-driven system. Each player will play a card, order the units that are shown on that card in that specific area, and then do your battles using these dice. And while there is some luck involved, you have lots of choices to make, including which units to activate, where they'll move, and who they'll do battle with. So one thing I really like about Memoir 44 is its historical accuracy. The scenario booklet covers actual battles that are from World War II, and it gives you the historical background. Now, you might play out these battles and end up with a little different result than history shows, but you'll still learn something along the way. There are lots of really fun parts you can play with, including your soldiers and tanks, artillery, barbed wire. There's sandbags. There's all kinds of terrain like forests and hedgerows and hills. These things really make the battles more interesting. Memoir 44 is not a real heavy game. In fact, it's not nearly as heavy as another war game I have called Tide of Iron, and because of that, it actually is going to get to the table a lot more often. Another thing I really like about Memoir 44 is that there are tons of expansions available. In fact, if you're a Memoir 44 fan, why don't you tell me down in the comments which expansions I really need to get. Hey, thanks so much for joining me here on a Fellowship of Meeples. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name's Dan, this is Cora, and we're here today to talk to you about Cora Quest! What kind of Cora Quest is that? Do it from the bottom of your stomach. Cora Quest! There we go. Which is our family dungeon crawling cooperative game, isn't it? That we designed as part of our homeschooling project. And today we'd like to talk to you about how you can design Cora Quest as well. Certainly other people can get involved in it and things, because a big part of what's a big part of Cora Quest?
One of the main parts is that you can make almost everything your own. You can customize your heroes, villains, stories. Maybe even you could make up your own items if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can do all that kind of stuff, can't you? You can make your heroes, you can make your villains. I'm just repeating what you're saying. You can make your story, but yes, you can. It's a game in itself in the box. There's loads of stuff in the box. But one of the things that we felt really passionate about is that we felt we had a really good time making this game, didn't we? And we wanted to allow other people to do that as well, really. So you can customize things. You can make your own stuff. There's rules, and it's very simple rules, but rules and guidance on how to do that in the rule book. But there's also this. What's this, Cora?
That's the Cora Quest app.
The Cora Quest app, where you can draw a picture of your hero,
or even make a sculpture. It doesn't have to be a drawing.
That's true. You could just take you could do a sculpture. I never thought that. Do a sculpture or draw some kind of thing of getting a photo of your hero, and then you upload it.
You could even take a selfie and put it.
You can even take a selfie and put it. I could be Sir Dan Hughes of Cora Quest. Anyway. And
health 2, speed 1.
And you can put health 2 and speed 1 down. That's a sick burn. Now, you can put health 2 and speed 1 because you can customise all the attributes, and you can use some of our special abilities, or you can make up your own special abilities, and then you print it out, cut it up, and you've got an official Cora Quest card. And this app is completely free as well. You can use it for the print and play if you want. You don't have to back the Kickstarter. We would quite like you to back the Kickstarter. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to back the Kickstarter. You can use it for print and play, but in your own games, and that's absolutely fine. So there's going to be we're really excited about this app. It's fantastic. So this is how you can have your own characters, and the app even makes you a standee for you.
Jeez.
So there you go, Cora Quest. Coming to Kickstarter soon, 1st of February. Bye-bye!
Okay, well, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. While we were watching, hey, we hit our next stretch goal on the Dice Tower Kickstarter. Nice. Well, that's exciting. We're also going to our next stretch goal. I'm excited about because Tim from Meepleville and us, we're going to do and me and Z will do a show where we take a look at older games. Tim will play them for the first time, and then we'll take a look back and remember from when we played it and do a comparison. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen Tim's videos, he's great on camera, does some great interviews over at his channel.
Yes, the Bonacore stretch goal. Where is it? Get rid of Bonacore, maybe. Whatever you want.
Like there should be a goal. You mean like there should be a goal in which we tie you to a rack and stretch you? I'm there for that.
If that's maybe, we could discuss whichever one. Maybe put it out for a vote. Stretch Bonacore on a rack. Smack.
Okay.
What is happening?
Bonacore.
Anyhow, folks,
all right.
Thanks so much for watching the show. Check out DicetowerKickstarter.com. Now, before we do our final clip here, we're going to play one more clip here that I got permission to play. It's from an Instagram account, and I just found it to be a delightful video about just a lot of different people in the board game industry being silly together, and it was very enjoyable, so I asked if we had permission to play it on breakfast. You can find this at Little Meeples, I believe is the name of the Instagram. So you can check it out there and also more. And I will put a link in the description of this video. So once we say goodbye here, we'll start playing that, and we'll see you all later. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
Z Garcia, thanks, guys.
Stephen Bonacore, the Podfather of Gaming. Take care, guys.
Have fun eating Brussels sprouts. Are we good? Are we good?